Why are so many condominium buyers getting surprised with bills for thousands of dollars in special assessments, even though the assessment wasn't mentioned anywhere in the estoppel certificate that was provided by the association? The short answer is that associations are not required to tell potential purchasers about a certain type of assessment. And although the seller is typically obligated under the contract to disclose this item, far too often it's not disclosed, and the buyer finds out about it only after closing. Before I go into detail about what kind of assessment I'm referring to and the steps a buyer can take to discover it, let's go back to the basics of what information the association has to provide. The Florida statutes set forth the process for either a unit owner, mortgage company, or title company like ours to request what is known as an estoppel certificate. The association has 10 business days to provide a certificate that includes an itemized list of details, and they can charge a fee of up to $250 to prepare the certificate and up to $100 more if it's a rush request. If the account is delinquent, the association can charge an additional fee of $100. The itemized details include the regular periodic assessments levied against the unit, when that is paid through, what special assessments are due on the date the certificate is issued, and what special assessments are scheduled to come due within the next 30 days. But what about special assessments that have been discussed at a board meeting for things like repairs to a seawall or the replacement of the building's roof? This kind of special assessment is considered to be pending, but has not yet been levied on the unit owners. The board may not have even determined an amount to assess yet. The association is not obligated to disclose a pending assessment, although they can if they'd like to. But the boilerplate terms of the widely used condominium rider that gets incorporated into the parties' sale and purchase contract does put the burden on the seller to disclose both levied special assessments and pending special assessments that have either been a board meeting agenda item or reported in the meeting minutes within the 12 months prior to the effective date of the parties' contract. If a levied or pending special assessment exists and has not been disclosed by the seller, then the seller is on the hook to pay that in full at the time of closing. But this assumes it's discovered before the closing. This is why I recommend that all condominium buyers minimize their risk of a surprise special assessment by having the seller provide them with the last 12 months of board meeting minutes as part of the due diligence items that they'll review in deciding whether to proceed with the purchase. On the flip side, if you're listing a condo for sale and you want to be sure that you're not on the hook to pay for a special assessment that may have been discussed at a meeting that you didn't attend, text 561-225-2676 to set up a time to speak with me.